Obviously, the impact of digitization has seeped in our daily lives. When it comes to digital, privacy and surveillance are two particularly sensitive words. Today, I will talk about privacy and surveillance in our leisure time in this digital age. First of all, I'd like to appreciate the five friends who were invited to be interviewed. The digital age makes people's leisure time rich and interesting. Mobile phones, computers, and iPads seems to be the most common digital products in our lives. When we use these products to browse the web or use some software easily in our leisure time, the internet database behind them is also quietly recording the personal information of each user. There is no doubt that this is a kind of privacy leak, even in our private time. As Scott famously claimed, you have zero privacy anyway, get over it. Well, can we have total freedom in our leisure time, even as we use digital products in our leisure time? Our privacy is threatened and we think to be under some kind of surveillance. And do you think we still have privacy in the digital age, and why?
I still have some level of privacy in this digital age, but
Yes, I do. I think we do have a certain degree of privacy in the digital age because right now the technology is not as advanced as movies that makes it intervenes in every day of our life. But even when it does, there's privacy settings and there's a lot of ways we can avoid having it governing ourselves and sending information out to big companies. So I think we do.
I don't think so because I think nowadays we use a lot of app provided by different companies and they can
Mm-hmm.
like monitor our behavior and preference.
I think that's really an unavoidable concern as the intelligence grows, and
Mm-hmm.
it needs multiple stakeholders to figure it out. Like, for example, Apple mentions the
Mm-hmm.
importance of protecting privacy in an ad campaign because it understands that users have more concerns about apps automatically tracking users' information. So, the latest updates of the system include the features that stop advertisers to track their users.
Digitization give us the freedom of information and where there's a freedom there's chaos. So this kind of monitoring is based on unruly people and such as using other people's information to do illegal things.
Well, people have their own understanding of privacy and the surveillance issue. So when we want to relax with digital technology in our leisure time, some software requires registration information and user browsing traces. And even some software force us to open various permissions, including photo, contacts, and location information. We cannot even guarantee that the information is protected. Do you use the internet to spend your leisure time? I believe that for most people, the internet and other digital technologies will be used as entertainment and relaxation tools in their leisure time. In the digital world, the collection and the calculation of data are always operating out of sight, which seems to mean that as long as we enter the online world, our information data is constantly being collected, as if we are under some kind of surveillance, even in our most relaxed leisure time.
Yep, leisure time is all about digital products,
Mm-hmm.
and especially now during the epidemic, these are very useful. I don't think I'm
Yep.
under some kind of surveillance, and because I'm not a problem.
I think so, because
Uh-huh.
when I play my phone, I often feel being monitored. Like, for example, when I open a shopping app or web page, even if it's just a product I mentioned in a casual conversation through chat apps, but there's still ads for that products, even if I haven't searched for it.
Yes, I of course I use digital technology.
Yeah.
Like I said, smartphone or like some video games like that. And when I use like this digital device, I believe that my privacy is compromised sometimes.
When I was using some new apps, they always need me to provide my date of birth, my phone number, even my address. So I feel like my personal information was controlled by someone. So I can receive a lot of junk message per day. So yeah, I think so.
Do people really care about their privacy during their leisure time? This chart shows the number of mobile phone users in China since 2017. In China, the number of mobile phone users has been on the rise, which means that people still choose digital technologies, even though they know their privacy will be quietly leaked. Comparing that our information being collected by others with the convenience of digital technologies in our leisure time, it seems that most of us would choose the latter one.
I don't think we are free in leisure time. As I said before,
We are actually not that free in this digital age.
I think it's not completely free in a sense.
It can be, but it's not completely free in a way. China is a country under the rule of law. If the freedom of speech is too free, and the Chinese people will bear the corresponding legal responsibility. So proper management is right.
our personal information seems like controlled by someone. They can find out your preference and influence your behavior. So my suggestion is just remember we don't actually have the privacy in digital age, and you have to accept it. So thinking about what you really want rather than being controlled by technology.
But I don't think this is a huge problem for me because I'm not free because I'm not free to do illegal things, you know. I think
because digital is collecting information on everyone. I think so my suggestion is that I think individuals need to think about their privacy when they want to share their information, and also brands and companies should put more policies to ensure users' privacy that will increase the conversion rate and gain more loyalty customers.
Are we really free in our leisure time? It seems difficult to have an accurate answer, and different answers can be obtained from different angles. In a word, digital technology gives us colorful leisure time and allows us to enjoy the beauty of the world in our private time. But the privacy risks and invisible surveillance that come with them go hand in hand. While the government and relevant departments strengthen the protection of private data, we also need to balance the relationship between leisure time and the privacy and the surveillance. We can see it as the cost of using some of our personal information to enjoy the benefits of digitization, trying to protect our privacy while enjoying the fun of digital technologies. Of course, this doesn't seem to conflict, because the methods of how we spend our leisure time are still in our own hands.